Well, as we mentioned earlier, activists are taking aim at what they like to call the Great Firewall of China.
That's right. Computer researchers in Canada have created what some say is the most advanced tool yet in helping internet users bypass government censors. Asia Business editor Eunice Yoon joins us now with more on that. And Eunice, exactly what is this tool?
Well, it's called psiphon. It's a software program that's been created by university researchers in Toronto, and it's a free download. It launches as of today, and the researchers believe that this new program will allow net users to circumvent government monitors, filters, as well as any type of blocks, to be able to read completely uncensored material. So let's talk now to the man behind the psiphon software, Professor Ron Deibert, the director of the Citizen Lab at the University of Toronto. Professor, congratulations on the launch. How does this program work?
Well, it works by having people who live in uncensored locations like Canada, the United States, or United Kingdom download psiphon on their home computers and then give the connection information, which consists of the web address of the computer, a unique username and password, to a few trusted friends and family members who live in now more than 40 countries worldwide that censor internet communications. And those individuals connect to the computer in the uncensored location and make requests for banned content and get around content filters in that way.
So what kind of impact are you hoping this program will have on countries such as China?
Well, it's not so much what impact it'll have on countries like China. As I said, there are more than 40 countries worldwide that we are tracking that have internet content filtering mechanisms in place. It's really a worldwide phenomenon. There's a tendency to focus on China because of the extensive nature of its filtering regime. What we're really trying to do is uphold the internet as an open, unfettered forum of access to information and freedom of speech, which was the original promise the internet once held out. But unfortunately, over the last 5 years or so, governments are quickly carving up, colonizing, and militarizing the internet. So we're hoping that this little tool will help reclaim some of that lost ground.
Professor, it sounds as though one of the selling points for this program is that you should have a trusted friend overseas who'll be able to set up the account for you. You'll have to put a lot of trust in that friend, wouldn't you? Just because you wouldn't know if this person is actually setting you up for a fall.
Absolutely. It depends entirely on social networks of trust. In fact, the biggest safety mechanism around psiphon is not technological at all, it's social. It's knowing an individual, a friend or a family member who lives in an uncensored location, who sets up psiphon for you and gives you the connection information. But we're imagining that there'll be quite a large population of people that will want to use psiphon: transnational ethnic diaspora communities, journalists, non-governmental organizations, even businesses. Anyone who has operations in, like I said, now more than 40 countries that censor internet traffic will want to surf through psiphon-enabled computers rather than through filters determined by the government in which they live.
So it sounds as though you're targeting the activist type as opposed to your average man on the street.
No, that's not the case, actually. What we have done with psiphon is try to build a piece of software that any average computer user could set up on their computer, and that's the real innovation here. Psiphon really doesn't invent something new here. We've taken an idea that's already in use in places like China, that is connecting to proxy computers, but what we've done is we've made it such that you don't have to be a computer geek to operate psiphon. Anybody can install it on their home computer. What we've also done is made it operate on social networks of trust. So you know a few friends or family members in Iran, in Saudi Arabia, in Tunisia, in China. You can allow them, you can reach across borders and give them a helping hand to exercise their basic human rights.
All right, thank you very much, Professor. Professor Ron Deibert at the University of Toronto.
Okay, interesting stuff indeed. Eunice Yoon there. Well, we've been following developments in the suspected poisoning of the former Russian spy Alexander Litvinenko.
Coming up on CNN Today, efforts by British authorities to follow a faint trail of radiation to a suspected murderer.
Also ahead, the Iraq Study Group, a preview of what the US panel would like to see happen in Iraq.